Good morning. It's Wednesday, October 29th. It's 9:30 in the morning, but I'm trying to be quiet. My youngest, I had to take him back to the clinic. Pneumonia it's okay. Antibiotics and prednisone. And anyway, so my kid's still resting and I don't want to be too loud and wake him up. My poor dog and I were outside a little bit ago. He's fine, but he I don't know if he bumped into a thistle or a piece of wood or something, but he has like a hair, but there's almost like a little hair or a hard grass sort of stuck in his nose. I've tried pulling it off. Anyway, so he's sneezing up a storm and shaking his head, trying to get, I think it's off finally. I grabbed a towel, rubbed his face, tried to, anyway, he got all mad. Get off me, He'll figure it out. He'll be fine. Maybe my problem is I just need to stop checking in on YouTube and listening to people and videos, because it just gets my blood going, And I don't, how useful is that at this point? There's that friendly honey badger and I apologize for mentioning channel names. It's just that this one has me upset. She wants everybody to come together. I don't know for what. And then keeps yelling that the left is just as vicious as the right. No, it's not. No, it's not. The left isn't mowing people down with its cars or hanging black folks from trees or forcing 10-year-olds to have babies. They're not doing that. P.S. Once upon a time, I was perfectly moderate. You know who made me a zealot? Not the left. I don't know what she wants. If you... I don't know your name, which is fine. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I get it. But, like, what do you want? What do you want? Like, what do you want? You want everybody to come together? And then what? The only way to change government around here is to vote. That's it. Last time I checked. Are we storming the beaches? What do you want? Really, I want, because, and here's the other thing. There are tons of grassroots movements. Indivisible, the People's Project is a project with Reverend Barber. Excuse, is it Dr. Reverend, or is it Reverend Doctor? I apologize. I don't know the correct, in what order, I guess is all I'm saying. Move On, Indivisible, you know what I mean? Like, off the top of my head, I can name a few. So, organizing isn't anything new. That's happened. And the problem with asking people to set their civil rights aside because we all have to fight fascism has happened for too long. It's happened for too long. Black folks in this country were fighting for civil rights since the beginning. And, around the 1920s, and suddenly now there's fascism. We got to go fight the Kaiser. We're going to have to put that on the back burner. We'll come back to those voting rights things later. And we ended up with segregated troops right through World War II. Yeah, you're gonna have to wait another century now, because the folks who are killing us all are really more angry now. So we all just have to put our own right to live on the back burner so we can come together and do what? What does she want? What do you want? I'm willing to meet people halfway. That's not the whole way. Not the whole way. And that's being generous halfway. No, no. Here's the problem. I wasn't raised in a cult. I was raised on tough love. A lot of it. So, and I do know, and look, man, I'm not a lefty. I don't come from that. I'm born and raised here. My family's from here. The whole state is red. The teachers, the pastors, the lawyers, the judges. It's not a state full of, where am I going with that? I don't know what you want, lady. That's where I'm at. The left is so vicious. Really? How? So? Are they calling you names? You need tougher skin. Like, that's what I was gonna say. The people that I grew up with aren't in a cult. That's the problem. My uncles, my in-laws, my whoever they are, they're not in a cult. They're just racist bigots. And you want me to excuse that behavior and say, well, they're brainwashed. How are they and I'm not? How did that happen? I don't see, that's the problem, because I don't see it through the lens of a cult. I know it's a really reductionist and it's easy. We can be really lazy and we don't have to work at it. They're in a cult and they need to wake up and it'll be great and fine when they do. No. No. I'm not willing to sacrifice people I love because you want to have Christmas, or what do you want? What do you want? We come together and then what happens? We need to vote in November. That's how that works around here. You want to boycott shit? We're doing it. I don't know where you've been. You want to get out and have a protest? That's happening. Show up. Oof. Sorry. To my friends. The people who know me, who I, started doing this channel for, I apologize. You already know how I feel about everything and I don't have to go off. So, would you like a card reading for this Wednesday? If you don't, you can bail now. It's fine. I know I'm yelling about cults, and here I am with a deck of cards with pictures on them. Human beings are so superstitious. My problem is that I'm like a skeptical skeptic. Meaning, that's all hogwash and phooey, because I'm an atheist, so it's hard for me to buy into any kind of magic, you know what I mean? But also I'm skeptical, because, I don't know, you never know. Why not? It doesn't hurt. I'm not hurting anybody with it, right? I'm not rounding up women and children and then subjugating them because I'm reading tarot cards. That's the difference. I dug up some carrots. We had just a little slip left out in the garden. I had to pull them out before the ground's freezing. It's gonna start freezing. So Just think about making a carrot cake. I don't know. They're really pretty. I have so many different colored ones, right? So I don't know if a carrot cake, like I'd like to show off the colors. I feel like maybe we should just roast them and eat them. But you know, I could have one meal with roasted carrots, or I could make a cake and eat on that for about a week. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I get the whole just eat the raw veggies thing. I do. I agree. Oh man, all these white women coming out here too, running their mouths about people who receive assistance. I have a very long memory, and I hold grudges until I die, because I don't believe in forgiveness. I think that's made up hooey. It's made up. It's made up. It doesn't exist. It's not an actual thing. A bunch of people made it up to convince you that they can harm you because you need to forgive them for it. Nope. That doesn't exist. Those people need to do better. Jesus Christ, I need to stop being so mad. Okay. Wednesday, 2/9 is 11, so 2 plus 1 out of the 10, October, is a 3, plus a 9 is 12, that makes 3. Today's a 3 day, which means collaboration, and here I am telling people to go kick rocks. Look, man, I want to work with people. I do. I really do. Some of us have already been here, though. Do you know how much I cannot stand Susan Sarandon? I used to like her. She was fine. But then, I don't know, about a decade ago, she got on TV and said what a great thing it was that this fucking asshole got elected, because now people know that Standing Rock exists. It always did. But she suddenly found out, and now, yeah, and then her skinny ass fucking humps it back to Malibu and never mind anyway. That's called exploitation. I need to go for a run. That's what I need to do. What does she want, man? Come together. Let's come together. Okay. You want me to feed you dinner and then you can go home to being your hateful self, or what? I'm not willing to do that anymore. Tough love. I love you. I cannot abide by your behavior. Do you know how that works? That's how that works. When you're ready, that's up to you. I can't do that for you. Sorry, I was looking outside. It does me good. It's nearly November, so I don't know. If the cult college lady happens to see this and she hears my voice, then this is what you can do. You want to come together? I need you to feed people around you. I need you to do what you can. I need you to not condemn them because they're fucking starving. And I know you didn't do that personally. I'm just saying. Throw your sleeves up and go to work. I don't get it. That's not what that means. I'm not telling people who live in, sorry, if I'm all over the place, it's not people in poverty I'm saying need to go get a job. They don't. They already work their asses off, and I know that. I'm telling Cold College to roll your fucking sleeves up. Stop crying. Jesus Christ. I mean, is that a honey badger or is that a honey pot? Anyway. There we go. Nobody cares what I think about anything, so it doesn't even matter. Shit, I don't even care what I think. I'm tired of thinking. That's what I am. I want to, just not. But I'm not that pathetic. I don't like keeping my head in the sand. I don't like pretending that things are a particular way when they are not. Did I mention the running people down with their cars? Did you know my red state wanted to make that legal? That if there were people protesting DAPL, then white farmers get in their trucks and mow them down. It didn't pass. Can you believe it? I can't. I'm really surprised. That is willful blindness. Willful ignorance on her part. It makes me, somebody needs to be watched from side eye, if you know what I mean, from a distance. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Suspicious, I'm suspicious. I mean, I'm generally suspicious anyway, but, God damn, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. To my viewers, my small little pool of. We don't. Everything I'm saying is said. It's been said. It's being said. It's, you know what I mean? Although, critical mass, right? So it's perfectly fine if I say it too. I don't want tax breaks for millionaires and billionaires anymore. Are you on? Okay? I don't want dark money. I don't want money being the reason why people get elected, or why they stay in power, or why they're appointed to the Supreme Court. That shit has to stop. But it won't, because I don't know, fucking Uber Eats or something. Goddamn lazy. Yeah. Food stamp recipients not the fucking problem. The fucking problem are the lazy SOBs who call a driver to deliver food. I'm surprised you all don't hire a nurse just to spoon it in your mouth. Lazy. Okay. I'm so sorry. I said I was going to stop being angry. Let's do the reading. What's happening today? It's Wednesday. Plus, I'm going to wake up my kid and my dog's sneezing. And, oh my God, there's all kinds of energy in the house. I'm going to have to go run it off. And my furnace kicked in, so if you can't hear me, I'm sorry. I want to come together, but there are people in my life who are targets of that hate, and I have to keep them safe. Like I said, I'll meet people halfway. I'm all right. I'll leave the house. I don't share. Fuck. I gotta stop talking. Your proximity puts us in danger. You might have the best intentions. Here's the other problem, okay? Like, let's say my brother-in-law, my uncles, I'm not scared of them at all. My neighbors who, the guy across the street who fucking puts his flag at half-mast, I don't care. He's not gonna do anything, because I know better. I know who they are. But it's proximity, you see. The guy across the street traffics in hateful circles. See? And his proximity makes us unsafe. So, he might not mean to put us in danger, but he will run his fucking mouth and put us all in danger. My uncle, my brother-in-law, I can't trust them at all. And they get all butthurt and their feelings are slighted and then whatever, so go be sad. Grow a tougher skin, man. Buck up. What's that old thing that Germans say something like you got 4 people at a dinner table, one of them's a Nazi, you got 4 Nazis at that table. Stop eating that. You will know them by their fruit, right? I was raised on that. And I see a whole lot of rotten fruit. And I refuse to feed it to my children. Or preserve it, or can it, or hang on to it, or admire it, or, you know, romanticize it. No. No. You want to come together, you vote in November. I need deeds, not words. Deeds, not words. Because once again, I will know them by their fruit, right? Are you walking away from the lies, or am I walking away from you? Am I done pouring into that cup? They're full. I've done what I could. That's it. You're gonna have to figure it out. Eh, never mind. All right, tell me what's happening today, please. You know, it would be the best decision for me to do would just be to like, don't show me this channel again, and just stay away from it. That message is not for me. Yep, take it if it resonates you and leave the rest. Or with you, yeah, I'm sorry. All right. Judgment. Yep. Page of Wands. Knight of Wands in reverse. What is that, our 5 in reverse? 5 of Swords in reverse underneath of it all. Judgment. Page of Wands. Oh, go this way so you can see. Okay. That is a reckoning. That is your come to Jesus moment. Take your will and move on. You want to start something new? Grab it by the tail and go. There's a new message being delivered. Fall out of love with that old fucking restless fucking, I don't know. He's not the love one. The King of Wands in reverse. Jesus Christ, stagnant. I'm gonna burn myself down. The stealing of the lies of our government. I feel like I need to look this up. One second. It's 1 second. Taking it too far, huh? Okay. Heightened conflict. Where's my wands at? I'm digging through a handbook here. You're just gonna have to bear with me. Yeah. So what? It's all gonna get harder. Heightened conflict. Taking it too far. Was that me? Did I do that? Probably not. Jesus Christ. I'm not calling for nothing. Just asking people to be sensible. Stop painting shit with a broad brush. Like, I don't know. I don't think that has anything to do with this. I think this is the country at large waking up. It's going to get a lot harder before it gets any kind of better. We have a very long road to hoe. I mean, Jesus Christ, man, we're not even halfway to Mount Doom yet. We've got like 3 years, you know what I mean? Before whatever the next round of insanity shows up. And it all just keeps continuing. Nothing gets better. I don't know. It's hard to not be a defeatist in all of this. Just throw up your hands and be like, yep, there, I can't do that. All right. New inspiration to action. We're inspired to act, but taking it too far. You know, I suppose it doesn't matter. Accountability is not the same thing. I don't know. I have lots of things I can work on today. I got Christmas projects I want to get done. There's a little fly in the house. You know, no buy. So I'm trying to, I'm racking my brain for things to make for people. And I'm perfectly capable. You know, I got several talents up my sleeve, so I'll come up with stuff. But, and it's my mother's birthday on Halloween. You know, she was very premature. She wasn't supposed to be born until January, so my grandma always liked her birthday for that kind of reason. Nice little surprise to mark the day. Anyway. It's a mess. I don't know. You want a come together moment? I need you to vote. I need you to stop this whole, I vote for the person and not the party. You're lying. You're lying. Because all the Republicans will always stand by him no matter what. Because they believe in his policies. They think it's perfectly fine to take food out of poor people's mouths. Women and children and the elderly. They think that's perfectly acceptable. They think it's also even better if we kick your grandma out of the nursing home because we don't want to pay for that either. That's on you. This is rugged individualism 101. They don't care. If you can't afford your home, that's all the better for their investment brokers. So, like, I don't have any trust or faith in that side. They hand out a lot of lies in order to get elected. A former governor around here promised up and down to, I think he was going to legalize cannabis, but then, of course, oil and gas funded the rebellion against that. So, you know, tax breaks and revenue, all that. So that didn't happen. And then everybody forgot that he ever promised it in the first place, and they don't care. You know what I mean? Like, he got middle of the road people to vote for him because, I don't know, some of his economic policies made sense. Yeah. He's now the Department of the Interior. I don't, you know, you can't blame the left for what's going on. Like, you can't. So many candidates just run completely unopposed, which, you know, maybe is the DNC's fault from walking away from the state wholesale. You know what I mean? Like, there's no Nobody cares. Hell, man, even the lefties, so-called lefties, I mean, Bill Maher's just a piece of shit. He's not a lefty, but he once cracked the joke that there should only be like one Dakota or whatever. I don't know. Quite frankly, I think we have enough nighttime talk show hosts, but you know, what do I know? Anyway, anyway, no, I'm gonna stop talking. It's Wednesday. Hang in there. If you need anything, I wish there was a way I could help. I would help. Hang in there. You have a good day.